The United States of America is often seen as the most powerful and independent country on Earth, a global superpower leading in defense, technology, and economy. But what if I told you that even the mighty USA heavily depends on other nations to keep running? From oil and technology to food and minerals, America's survival and stability depend on close cooperation with several key countries. In this video, we'll uncover the 12 countries that the USA simply can't survive without and explain how each one supports America's economy, military, and way of life. Let's begin. Number 1. China, the manufacturing powerhouse. China is often called the factory of the world, and for good reason. Over 40% of the goods Americans buy, from iPhones and laptops to furniture and clothing, come from China. U.S. companies like Apple, Tesla, and Nike rely on Chinese factories for large-scale production at low cost. But that's not all. China also controls about 70% of the world's rare earth minerals, which are essential for producing electric vehicles, smartphones, and even advanced U.S. military equipment. If China were to stop exporting to America, shelves would empty, prices would skyrocket, and entire industries could collapse overnight. Despite political rivalry, China remains one of America's most crucial trade partners. Number 2. Canada, the energy and trade partner. Right to the north, Canada is one of America's most trusted allies and its biggest trading partner. The U.S. depends on Canada for oil, natural gas, timber, and minerals, as well as thousands of everyday products. Over 75% of Canada's exports go directly to the United States, while the U.S. imports nearly 60% of its crude oil from Canada. This close energy cooperation keeps American gas prices stable and industries running. If this trade stopped, the U.S. would face massive fuel shortages, job losses, and economic instability. Canada's resources and reliability make it absolutely essential to America's survival. Number 3. Saudi Arabia, the oil lifeline. Even with renewable energy on the rise, the U.S. economy still runs on oil, and Saudi Arabia is one of the world's largest oil producers. The stability of global oil prices depends heavily on Saudi Arabia's production and cooperation with the U.S. For decades, Washington and Riyadh have maintained a strategic relationship. America provides security and arms deals, while Saudi Arabia ensures steady oil supply. If Saudi Arabia stopped exporting oil or turned against the U.S., fuel prices would soar, inflation would rise sharply, and the global economy could spiral into chaos. Saudi Arabia is not just an energy ally, it's a foundation of global economic balance. Number 4. Japan, the technology and innovation partner. Japan is one of the world's most technologically advanced nations and a key contributor to America's innovation ecosystem. The U.S. depends on Japan for semiconductors, robotics, automobiles, and electronic components. Companies like Toyota, Sony, and Panasonic play a major role in supporting U.S. industries, from car manufacturing to electronics and defense technology. If Japan stopped exporting these technologies, American factories would face severe shortages, and the tech industry would struggle to function. Moreover, Japan's political alliance with the U.S. helps maintain peace and balance in the Asia-Pacific region. Number 5. Germany, the engineering backbone. Germany is known for its precision engineering and industrial excellence. The U.S. relies heavily on German machinery, automotive technology, and pharmaceuticals. Brands like BMW, Mercedes-Benz, and Siemens supply advanced equipment used across American industries. Additionally, Germany's leadership in the European Union strengthens transatlantic cooperation with the U.S. Without Germany, the American manufacturing sector would slow dramatically, and global supply chains for high-quality engineering would collapse. Germany's role in maintaining NATO's unity also keeps U.S. influence strong in Europe. Number 6. South Korea, the semiconductor supplier. South Korea plays a massive role in America's high-tech economy. It is home to tech giants like Samsung and SK Hynix, which supply semiconductors, the microchips that power everything from smartphones to fighter jets. The U.S. consumes billions of dollars worth of Korean electronics and parts every year. Without them, American production lines would halt, especially in the automotive and defense sectors. Beyond technology, South Korea is also a key military ally in Asia, helping the U.S. maintain stability against regional threats. Economically and strategically, South Korea is indispensable. Number 7. Mexico, the neighboring production hub. Just south of the border, Mexico is one of America's most important economic partners. The two nations are tied through the USMCA trade agreement, which allows free trade across North America. Mexico provides affordable manufacturing, especially for automobiles, electronics, and agriculture. American companies often produce parts in Mexico before final assembly in the U.S., creating a tightly connected supply chain. If this partnership ended, U.S. industries would face higher labor costs, reduced output, and product shortages. Mexico's role as a nearby manufacturing base makes it vital for the U.S. economy. Number 8. India, the tech and pharmaceutical partner. India has emerged as a key player in global technology and medicine. U.S. companies rely on Indian engineers for IT services, software development, and tech support, making India the backbone of Silicon Valley's digital infrastructure. Additionally, India produces a large portion of generic medicines and vaccines used in the U.S. healthcare system. If this cooperation stopped, American companies would face tech disruptions and medical shortages. As a growing democracy and economic power, India's partnership ensures innovation, health, and global stability for the U.S. Number 9. Brazil, the agricultural supplier. Brazil is one of the world's top exporters of soybeans, coffee, beef, and iron ore, all essential for U.S. industries and consumers. The U.S. depends on Brazil for raw materials that feed its agriculture, food processing, and steel sectors. Brazil's vast natural resources also help balance global food prices and supply chains. If trade with Brazil stopped, American consumers would see a sharp rise in food prices, and industries relying on raw materials would suffer. Brazil's agricultural might keeps America's markets steady and affordable. Number 10. Australia, the resource and security ally. Australia is a close ally and a major supplier of iron ore, coal, and uranium, all crucial for U.S. energy and defense sectors. The U.S. also depends on Australia's mining of rare earth elements, which are essential for military technology and electronics. Strategically, Australia's location in the Pacific helps the U.S. project power in Asia and counterbalance China's influence. Without Australia, America's access to critical minerals and regional stability would be seriously weakened. Australia's agricultural might keeps America's market steady and affordable. Number 11, Taiwan, the chip-making titan. Taiwan is home to TSMC, which produces over 60% of the world's advanced microchips. These chips power American technology, from smartphones and cars to AI systems and military gear. The American economy would face a massive collapse if Taiwan's chip production stopped, as there are no easy replacements. This is why the U.S. strongly supports Taiwan politically and militarily. Protecting Taiwan isn't just about democracy, it's about protecting America's technological future. Number 12, Israel, the defense and intelligence partner. Israel may be small, but it's one of the U.S.'s most valuable strategic allies. The two nations collaborate on cybersecurity, missile defense systems, and intelligence sharing. American defense firms partner with Israeli tech companies to develop next-generation weapons and surveillance systems. Israel's innovation in security and technology helps protect the U.S. and its allies from global threats. If this partnership broke, America's defense and intelligence capabilities would face a major setback. Israel's technological and military cooperation plays a silent yet vital role in America's safety. The United States may be a global superpower, but even it cannot stand alone. Its strength comes from a complex web of partnerships that provide energy, technology, food, and security. From China's manufacturing to Canada's oil, Japan's innovation, and Israel's defense, each of these 12 countries plays an irreplaceable role in keeping America strong and prosperous. In a world more connected than ever, survival depends not on independence, but on smart interdependence.